Assalamu alaikum, I'm Abdul Haseeb, and today what concerns us are the different laws of power. The feeling of having no power over people, or events, or situations, or circumstances, or different scenarios, or different affairs is completely miserable. It's completely unacceptable. In today's world, in today's world, it doesn't seem very appreciable or doesn't seem very appropriate if you're too power hungry. But the case is even worse if you're not. If you're not, then the case is worse. You're a goner. So we have defined some laws for you to reach there, to actually attain the self-satisfaction. That is power. Power it is. So let's start with the first law. Never outshine your master. Your master, your teacher, your mentor, your coach will teach you many things, many tactics, many strategies, many, points. Some weak points, some strong points, fathers of yourselves. But the last thing that you need to do is outshine your master. Probably the master would envy you, and there would be an aura of competition created. A subconscious aura. Because there will be constant competition that the master has to retain his position. He has to be still better at his skills than you. You still have to be learning from him. Only then would he be labeled as a master. What can we call the teacher if we're teaching the teacher? Right? So never outshine the master. Know what your position is. Do not take your position for granted. Never. Never take your position for granted, and the favors you receive, the favors that you're receiving, never take them to your heart or to your head. Remember, give the master the limelight and take it from him. It depends upon you where you take it from him. Totally depends upon you. Now, the other law takes the things about you, about your inner self, which you have to conceal. Conceal your intentions. Conceal your intentions. People, they're so open, they can be easily read like an open book. People express themselves. But in today's world, what you have to do, you have to open up. Not by closing up. You have to open up. Not by closing up. Being secretive, making people believe that you're suspicious and there's something you're up to. Making people believe that would mean game over. That's what it would mean. Eventually, when you have to open up to people, you'll only have to talk endlessly about your goals, about your desires. The only thing is not your real ones. Not your real ones. They have to be something that give them a thing to chase. Because now you are killing three birds with one stone. Only one stone. Firstly, you are gaining attention, you're gaining trust, you're interacting with people. Secondly, you're concealing your intentions, right? You're concealing what you really are. And thirdly, what you're doing is that you're making the people run for the wild goose chase. The people are there. The thing is that the game of power is more about appearances. It's almost like appearances. And if you are actually concealing your intentions, you're being more greater and more powerful than you actually are. You're being more powerful and more greater. So the thing might sound a little peculiar, but the next law is totally opposite. When you had to talk endlessly, now you need to say less than necessary. Totally opposite. I did say that you have to talk endlessly, but those weren't your goals. The things have changed now. The power, the aura, has to be upgraded to the next level. So say less than necessary. Now, how do you say less than necessary? There are people who just talk endlessly, who are chair boxes. We know them. We interact with them. They can be our friends. Anyone we know. But we have to say less than necessary. We have to let the people chase the wild goose. The human tongue is a beast. Is a total beast. If not tamed, then you'll have to chase that wild beast and you'll have to pay for the grief it'll cause you. The person who cannot control his words, the person who cannot control his speech shows that he cannot control himself. That's what it shows. And that way you're totally making the game over right now. You won't be able to conceal your intentions. You probably will outshine the master if you have no control over your words. The thing is, power does not accumulate to those who squander their treasure of words. As I said earlier, that this game is all about appearances, and saying less than necessary would also make you greater and powerful than you actually are. This is the thing. When you say less than necessary, you become rare. You create a kind of respect for yourself. Scarcity is a very, very valuable thing for power. And that is what our next law is. Using absence as a factor for strength and honor. Now, I don't want you to be absent totally. That's something that I don't want. You have to be present there, you have to be there. But absence, when you're there, when you're heard from most often, when you appear most often, who are you? You're someone common? Who likes common these days? Everyone wants to be unique, wants to be rare, wants to be something else. That's what everybody wants to be. So when you need to learn that when to leave, you need to learn when to leave. Scarcity would only give you a kind of respect, would only increase an aura of mystery, and leaving for no reason excites even more. Excites even more. That why did this person leave? It intrigues people and makes them run before you, and you, in the end, what do you want? You need power, you need attention, you get it. You get it. There's another law that concerns your reputation. And reputation is everything. It's everything, so guard it with your life. There may be some problems, some upcoming dangers that'll obviously put you down. So spoil them before they happen. Spoil the rumors before they become a rumor about you. Before they become a factor for your devastation. Spoil them. Meanwhile, make a plan to destroy the enemy. Just make a plan. And their reputation, what do you think their reputation would be then? If you've already made a plan to destroy the enemy, then just stand aside and let the public do what they want to do. Reputation is everything. When you build a solid base of respect, when you have been, mocking and humiliating your opponent, your enemy, what does that give you? More attention? More kind of respect? More aura, more attention? That means more power. That means more power. Now, since I'm talking about attention, court attention at all costs. This is an order. This is a law for power. Be slandered, be attacked rather than ignored. Be attacked, be slandered rather than ignored, because it's much better. It is much better. When you start a career, when you go into a practical field, you need to attach your name with an image, with certain sort of words that set you apart from others. Obviously, the people, the corporation that you've interacted with and you've learned to leave, you also need to learn that you need to gain their attention. Because if you're left, you have to create an air of mystery. Because if you leave, if there's no air of mystery, if you're not an intriguing person, if there's nothing interesting about you, why do you think that you'll get attention? People think it's good that person has left. That's what they think. They won't run before you. So you have to create an air of mystery. There are many people who are open like books, who are very easy to read, who take very little care about their image, about their sense of words. Take very little care. That's what they do. And then comes us for power. The powerful people, by just stepping back, you step back, you hold back, you wait, you occasionally utter some ambiguous phrases. Occasionally. And you occasionally appear, and there's a deliberate act of inconsistency and being odd in the most refined, in the most perfect ways, creates and emanates an aura of mystery. That is what we need. That is power. That's what it is. That is power. Then people will run before you. Then they'll think that, who is this person? What's his motive? What interests him? They'll like to interact with you. Make yourself unpredictable. Make yourself unexpected, to put into simple words. Make yourself powerful. Make yourself. If you're too predictable, if you're too expected to do, then you're just a common person. And I'm sure you won't like common things. Obviously, everyone likes something unique, something rare, something that hasn't been found. That's what you need to be. And we'll move there. We will move there. We will create you as well. But first, we also have to see that, are we building a fortress? If we are building a fortress to protect ourselves, we aren't, because isolation is very dangerous. Very dangerous. You need power, you need attention, you need kind of respect. There is a thing known as self-respect. There is a thing that you recognize yourselves, you're aware of yourselves, but obviously you're seeking attention from the others, you're seeking respect from the others. You're seeking talents, power from the others. So do not isolate yourselves. Be bold, because the bolder you are, the more the fear makes the authority. Obviously, when you fear someone, you have the authority. You have the power to control them. Okay, that's good. That's really good. And you've courted the attention, you've done everything. But since you need attention from people, so lure them towards you. Make people come to you, use bait if necessary. That's another law. It's an order. Use bait if necessary. It's very wise in negotiations and meetings to lure people to a territory familiar to you, into your own or a territory of your own choice. Any restaurant, your own lawn, anything. Your own office, nothing. Right? They'll have nothing, no clue, because you have the bearings. You have the bearings. They'll have nothing familiar, and so you can grab the goose. You can grab it. You can grab the deal. You can grab the power. When you're leaving, when you're creating a sense of mystery, there is often a thing that people think that this person is unreachable, ungraspable. So do not commit yourself to anyone. Do not commit yourself. That's law, an order. Do not commit yourself. Because when you commit yourself to other, you're once again a common person. You tend to seek help from others. You tend to seek attention from others. But that's too obvious. We have mentioned it earlier that we need